Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a run on Cadence of Hyrule, fixed beat mode, permadeath, and with a seed. This was a category that I picked to play because the current world records before I took it on are not especially competitive, so I thought I might have a shot of getting it. Fixed beat mode means that you don't have to move in time with the beat. You can move as fast as you want and enemies move after you. Permadeath means that if you die, it's game over, but there are also some more difficult enemies and items are shuffled. And fixed seed means that the seed for the random number generator is fixed, which means that those random item shuffles, I know where they're going to be, which is going to be pretty handy. I chose seed 11. It was the 11th one I tried, you'll be shocked to hear, because it has the items that I need in order to do the skips that I know how to do in places where I know where to get them. And we're in fact coming up on the first one of those, if I can play the song correctly. Windmill Hut would normally have the down thrust ability in it, but on this particular seed, on permadeath, it has the Zora's Flippers, which allow us to swim through water. And when we get the Gerudo Locket, are going to allow us to swim through lava as well. From there we're going south to this witch's shop. I'm not good enough to play permadeath confidently without grabbing a potion, so we will be getting a bottle and visiting that potion shop later on. Kill that Beamos for a key, and then we're going to go hit the Shake a Stone in Kakariko Village. We're not going to do Kakariko Crypt just yet. We're going to get a couple of things before we do that, but we'll hit the Shake a Stone so we can warp back there once we've got the loot. And speaking of the loot, that is our next item to go and get. We're going to go and get it at Lake Hylia. Normally you would pick it up at the Lost Woods or in the Gerudo Desert, where you have to go anywhere, and this is a little bit out of the way, but it's on the routing for this particular seed, so it's not too bad, and it's going to allow me to fast travel immediately, which is going to be pretty handy given the next couple of things that we're going to be doing. First of those is we're going to go down here and west a couple of tiles in order to find the Goron shop, where we will be able to purchase the aforementioned Goron Locket, and in fact it is here. Kill that Dyra as well, get a enchant weapon scroll. I'm going to warp back to Lake Hylia because the next thing that we have to get is in the Zora's Cave. It's the only other item that that gets randomized that we need to pick up. You can know which one of the ghosts to kill because it has no shadow, and it's much faster to kill it using Naryu's Love. And of course on a fixed seed it's always in the same place, so on seed 11 it's always in the top right. I'm going to get the Shake a Stone at Hylia Bridge outside the castle. It's going to be a useful warp point later. Then we're going to head north. We're going to kill this blue Dyra. Drops a Torch of Wisdom, which is pretty useful in most cases, although it's not essential in a seeded run, because I have played this seed a few times and I know where all the items are. Very handy when you're playing unseeded, though. I'm going to kill this Linnell. Pick up the Ring of Piercing, which is pretty good utility, especially for Castle Hyrule and also Future Hyrule, and we're going to hit the Shake a Stone for that Beedle shop, which is where we're going to purchase the bottle that we're going to get. Alright, so we've made it to Gerudo Village. We are going to go and play Bombchu Bowling. The reason to do this is to get Bombchus. We are going to use them for one of the bosses later on. You can more or less just spam these out. I put a beat in between spamming them out, but it's quite hard not to get the 15 that are required there. And then we're going to rejig the items that are on our hotkeys into my standard order for them, because if I don't do that, then muscle memory is going to end the run at some point when I use a different item than I meant. I'm going to kill that Talus because it drops a glass spear, which is super useful. And now I've got the glass spear and the Ring of Piercing, we're going to go and do Kakariko Crypt. Both very useful for this. So while we are here, we're going to get the Hibiscus Potion so we're able to wake Link, obviously. We're also going to pick up a weapon, not just the glass weapon I just picked up. Flails are extremely good for killing Shadow Link, as you can see. But we're going to pick up a regular weapon, we're going to get a coupon for killing Freddy, and we're going to grind keys. We need to come out of here with 8 keys in total. There's Freddy's shop. I'm going to bomb him. So if you kill him, he gives you a coupon, and you can use that to purchase an item for free at any of the non-Freddy shops. If you try and use the coupon in a Freddy shop, then he will recognize that you have previously killed him and end you. Now what we're doing is we're going in and out of this dungeon using the loot. sometimes we will just go straight in and out as well to regenerate the floors so that we can pick up all of the goodies. So we've picked up a glass spear, picked up some diamonds, and most importantly, we're picking up keys. We need to end with 8 keys. And then at some point I need to have 8 diamonds, although it's not essential to grind them here because we can pick them up as we beat dungeons. This generation of the crypt is pretty funny because you can just use the glass spear and ring of piercing to melt those guys. And that's the last key that we need for now. So we're going to exit the crypt and we're going to go wake up Link. I'm going to bonk the wall for no reason as well. One other thing that we picked up while we were in there were the iron boots, which mean I can walk on ice without sliding around, which is pretty handy. Oh, and an additional feature of permadeath is that you have tough enemies, 2 of them, in the beginning area of every dungeon, which you would not have on non-permadeath mode. Pick up the 100 rupees, probably not necessary. Diamonds more necessary though, as mentioned. So I know where all the exits are on this because it's a fixed seed that I've played through before, so we can just run straight down to it. And we managed to lose a glass spear there, which is kind of annoying. Pick up another one. Or we'll equip another one, I should say. Okay, so that's the ice cavern cleared apart from the boss. We're going to be doing the bosses all at the end, because when you beat the boss, the difficulty of the enemies elsewhere in the map increases. It's technically faster not to do that and to beat the bosses when you beat the dungeon at the same time, so you don't have to do all this warping back and forth. But I have mentioned before that I'm not actually that great at this. So we've done our shopping, we've picked up the Goron Locket, we've picked up a bottle and put a potion in it. Potion mechanics in this mean that you will in fact drink the potion if you are reduced to 0 hearts, like a fairy in traditional Zelda games. So it's going to save my life, potentially. Heading now to the Lost Woods. It's always good when you enter the Lost Woods on the bottom because you can just warp straight through like that. The exit that you use for these Lost Woods tiles, normally you would pick it up with the Tingle Tuner in casual, but you can also just look at where is the exit that the most powerful enemy is standing in front of, and that's the one that you want to take. Very thoughtful, White Linnell, dropping Boots of Attack. +1 attack, very useful. Tuck this box onto the bottom to skip floor 1. Make sure I've got the Ring of Piercing. You can hit that other button with the box if you use bombs to reposition yourself, but I'm no good at that, so I'm not doing it. And it's a reasonably quick jaunt through here on this seed anyway. Do manage to lose my second glass spear though, which is quite annoying. But hey. I'll just clear these guys down, pick up the boss key, and then from there, what we'll do, because I've lost the glass spears, is we'll go and get an upgrade for my vanilla spear. You can get those upgrades from fairy fountains. You can also get a free one without having to pay any diamonds for it by going into the secret entrance in the back of Hyrule Castle. Pick up this slab, throw it there, and you can climb through. You can also use a key to open that door, but we spent all that time grinding keys. We don't want to waste one if we don't have to. Next dungeon we're going to is the Gerudo Ruins. We can swim through the lava to get here, and then you can swim through the lava here as well, which means you can get straight into the second floor of this dungeon. It's also got a very conveniently placed exit room. This is where having the glass spear would be very good, because with the glass spear and the plus damage boots, we would have killed that guy in 2 hits instead of 3. That's the last of our 4 pieces of heart that we're going to pick up through this run. Just pick up the ones that happen to be on the way, but 1 extra heart is quite useful. We'll get extra hearts also for beating the bosses when we do that, and then there's a couple that I will buy, just because they're convenient. So there is a back way into the Temple of Storms. I think this one is pretty well known. But if you get rid of all the mobs who are getting in the way of us doing this, and you stand on there, pull the fan down, put the block back up so you can go up, and then walk north on that tile, then the fan doesn't respawn on the other side, which means you can go straight through. This enemy is a very considerate little chap. He gives us a refresh on our Ring of Piercing, which is very nice of him. There's me briefly forgetting where the exit for this room is. It's down here. Next exit. Torch of Reflections, pretty good torch to have, especially against certain of the bosses. Just make sure that the trapdoors are going to be up there. Don't pick up that shovel. Make sure you keep the Shovel of Courage. That's the one that we want. And we're going to do our first boss. This is the boss that we wanted the Bombchus for. And just chuck loads of them at him. I think I miscount the number of Bombchus that I should have had there, which is slightly annoying. It means I have to go and finish him off with the spear. Normally you would hope to try and do that flawless so that you got the extra bonus diamonds, which are useful for heart pieces and potions later. But, you know, can't win them all. Next boss up is Wizrobo, who is an annoying so-and-so. We will not be aiming for a perfect here. We're just looking to get rid of him. He is just frustrating because of the randomness of where he moves to and because he puts ice all over the place, and I don't have any items equipped that will prevent me from sliding on the ice. There we go, got him that time. And because I'd dropped to 1 heart through not being very good, I played the end of that a little bit carefully because I didn't want to use the potion, because having to go back by the potion shop just wastes a lot of time. Okay, so next boss we're going to do is the base Guitarmos Knights. Both the base Guitarmos Knights and Gomarakas I find easiest to do with the flail, and we have a couple of glass flails that we picked up in Kakariko Crypt, so we're going to use them right now. Reason I find them easier is they allow you to keep a little bit of distance while also getting like more hits down than you would necessarily with a spear. And obviously I've run out of my glass spears, and glass weapons do the most damage. There we go. Flawless win. Grab the bass guitar. And then we're going to head off after Goma. The flail is even better for Goma, because you can just sort of walk up and down in front of him, whacking him with it. Although we then have the problem of all of the mobs that those spawners spawn. And we have in fact lost the first of our glass flails. We still have the second one, but we managed to finish him off with the spear nonetheless. It's a bit sloppy. Took much more damage than I really should have, but you know, things happen. So we've beaten the 4 bosses and we've woken up Link, which means that we can go into Hyrule Castle. We're not going to hit that Shaker Stone, because if we take a bunch of damage on Hyrule Castle, then we can use that to heal before we go and take on Octavo. You can light that torch with a bomb, but you have to throw it from the correct position. Hyrule Castle floor is always a bit manic with lots of mobs on them. Oh, and there goes my Ring of Piercing, which is a very annoying loss at this point because you've got so many Shield Knights. Future Hyrule more so, though. Get a nice refresh on the shovel there. Always good. And this is on this seed that it isn't this one, it's the next one. I was going to say this is the door on the seed that's sort of the furthest away and most annoying, but it isn't. It's one of the ones. It's the last one in Future Hyrule, not the last one in Hyrule Castle. So don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't need to heal, so we didn't go and hit that Shaker Stone. Maybe that will come back to bite us later. All right, Octavo. So we've got our scrolls equipped because we might as well use them, and we need to make sure that Link has the spear, because if I'm not good at my character changes, like in fact I was there when I was forced back onto the change pad, It's useful for him to have the spear also, both for the damage and for the being able to control things at range. The +1 attack that I'm getting from the the scroll, is why I'm only having to hit Octavo twice per cycle, although it is now gone. So from the next cycles, I'm going to have to hit him 3 times, which is quite annoying because it will probably mean he gets some confusions off. And the confusions are very irritating. They break my brain. Take a second to think what the movements there should be, because I'm not getting back to the pad, obviously. And there's some confusion. And I'm out of stamina, which means I can't shield again. Ah, there goes the potion. So that's a little bit annoying. We'll be able to buy a replacement potion with the diamonds that I have, but it means that if I need a replacement potion at the end of Future Hyrule, I will have to go back to the potion shop and pay for it with rupees, which will be an annoying loss of time if it happens. Okay, Future Hyrule. First exit on this seed, straight down, through Freddy's shop, bombing his walls. It's very rude, but, you know, I'm trying to go fast here. Sorry, Freddy. Boss does conveniently drop Boots of Power, though, which is always nice. That's a really good get. So the second area's boss is straight across this river, but we need to clear out some of these mobs first in order to stand a chance of actually getting there unscathed. And by unscathed, I mean mostly unscathed. Please leave me alone, Black Tektite. Pop him down that hole. A little bit cornered here. I took some hits there. Get that Lynel. Yeah, this is the one that's kind of annoying in terms of its positioning. I kind of made a bad judgment there. Got myself cornered a bit, and there's the potion. That means we'll have to leave Future Hyrule to go and get a new one, assuming I make it out. Alright, we've made it to Ganon. But we are going to have to go and get a replacement potion, because I'm not confident enough in my ability on the Ganon fight to do it without. There's a mistake coming up here. I wonder if you can see what it is. I'm going to go warp to the potion shop. Grab a health potion, and now I can't warp back because I didn't hit the Shaker Stone. This is me being angry with myself. It's not too bad because you can warp to the bridge and then just wander back through here, but it was a silly mistake that shouldn't have happened. Hey ho. Alright, time for Ganon. Make sure that Cadance has the spear equipped, again for 2 damage rather than 1, and for a little bit of distance control. So the way that this fight works is you need 1 hit, which will stun a character to take down Ganon's shield, and then you need another hit to actually hurt him. You can do 2 damage if you hit him with a bomb, but that requires skill. Popping all my scrolls for the second phase, so the second phase is the hardest bit. Accidentally freed Cadance there, so now we have 3 to control at once, which is probably fine. There we go. Now we just have to get all 3 characters, each one standing on one of the pieces of the Triforce. Which is pretty easy. There we go. Did not need that potion after all, but I was down to 1 heart. 1807 is the current world record set by me today, and then I recorded this little commentary for it. If you've enjoyed it, I stream on twitch.tv/targetduck on 7:30 Tuesdays and Thursdays, either 6 or 8 p.m. on Sundays, depending on when my friends are available. Those are UK time. If you'd like to come and hang out, that would be fun. Mostly I don't do speedrunning, I mostly do variety stuff, but it'd be good to see you there. And that's the world record. Catch you later.